Hey guys, Beck here for another walk. Let's go. Oh, supposed to turn my camera on its side. Here we go. Sideways on. Actually, that's quite funny. I did not mean to do that, but I did want to talk to you about something that is really strange. And thank you for all your comments yesterday on my video. And I just will touch on something that Sergio has been commenting on, that Jesus is God. Well, you must be reading a different Bible to the Bible that we all have, because Jesus told us to pray to the Father. And look, I am a mother. I know what it's like. I have a son. And I've often said, my son and I are one. We are one together, even though we are not one. So when Jesus said the Father and I are one, I understood completely what he meant from having children. Okay? He was the product of his father, born to a human mother with, what is it? What have we got? 24 chromosomes from the mother and 1 from the father instead of 24 from the father. So Jesus, Yeshua, was a separate man from the Father. He was Father incarnate on earth. So he brought the Father's message to us. This is how I read my Bible. You can argue all you like, but that causes division, and I'm not here to do that. I just wanted to point out that that is not the way that I read the Bible, and I take the Bible as it is. I don't take it as some mystery that we have to unpack. It is very specific, and there are all these doctrines that, yes, Jesus is God, but Jesus represented the Father on earth. Okay, so that's all I want to say about that, because he told us to pray to the Father and not to pray to him. So we honor Jesus, and we obviously are indebted to him forever. However, he told us to pray to the Father. So what do we do with that? Okay, what do we do? Do we do what Jesus said? Or do we disobey and pray to Jesus? And pray to angels as well? No. We listen to the words of what he spoke to us, if we truly so wish to follow him. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about, a friend of mine over in Oregon posted a photo on Facebook this morning, which is very interesting to me, which was a fig tree that she has in her yard. And the figs, guys, I kid you not, here we go again. The figs are growing upside down, okay? Now, I've told you guys many times, for those of you that are new, welcome. And here it is again. All the bananas worldwide are growing upside down. Now, a lot of people have put this down to genetic modification over the last 60 years. Well, yes, it could be. However, in Enoch, verse 80, 3, chapter 3, verse, hang on, it might be 80:33 or 80 verse 3, chapter 80 verse 3, sorry about the muck up, that it says in those times that the plants and the herbs of the earth will grow upside down. And they will not deliver their fruit in time, and the moon will do its own thing as well. So I really wish I should have just memorized that quote before I come. So please don't drag me over the coals if I got that wrong, because I never quote something word for word and say that that is, that's gospel. But what I'm saying is, in the book of Enoch, it did warn us. Now, you can throw the book of Enoch out all you like, but I wouldn't, because Jude quoted from the book of Enoch, and Jude was Jesus' half-brother. So The Book of Enoch was in the household of Mary and Joseph. Okay, now back to the bananas and the figs and everything else. Also, last year I grew bell capsicums. They grew upside down. Now, I've done a little bit of investigation into the bananas, because the bananas are the ones that are just, it's totally mystifying. The bananas, all stock photos I can find. I did find photos a year ago, but they've been taken off the internet. But all the stock photos, I've looked into the Jamaican banana plantations from years ago. I've looked into Australian plantations years ago, and they are all showing the bananas upside down. However, I did find residue, and I also found residue in cartoons. Okay, very old cartoons of bananas growing the way they should. Now, the funny thing about this is, the year before this was brought to my attention, we had a bunch of bananas off our banana tree, one of our trees, and we hung it under the shed to ripen so the bats wouldn't get the rest of it. Believe me, guys, it was not upside down. So that debunks the 60 years of genetic modification in my books, and it shows that this is a phenomena that has just started, whether it be a year ago for some trees or maybe 60 years ago for other trees. But I can guarantee you that the banana trees I have in my yard were growing properly, and then the next year they started fruiting upside down, along with my capsicums, along with Rosemary's figs, who are now growing upside down. Okay, now I take this very seriously. I take this as a serious sign of the end, because things are just so out of whack. And I'll just segue this into something I watched this morning. Many things I watched. I never watched Reddit. I always forget about it. And I don't really like short things like TikTok and even Reddit. They're very short videos for a very, short attention span. And I would rather sit down and really digest something and get it into my spirit. But for some reason, I was led to go on Reddit. And the things I saw on there, and I think the heading of it was public freakouts. Now, I've seen a few myself in this beautiful, relaxed country that's not relaxed anymore. Guys, come over here. And the amount of horrific things, I mean horrific things I saw on Reddit, it has made me question, oh boy, not question, I know where we are, but it's made me question my safety. And looking back into self-defense, which I was taught by Australia's most famous stuntman when I was a young girl. I was taught some awesome self-defense that I could bring a man down and he wouldn't know what hit him, but in doing so I could actually kill him. And so I've never ever used that, and I've never had to. I've never been attacked. But this came to me just before, because I was walking along this path right where I am here, and I did not hear the man approaching me from behind. I didn't, until he was right there, and I turned so quickly, expecting something to happen. And, of course it didn't. He was just walking past really fast, doing his daily walk. But that made me realise that, in this country we're disarmed, we don't have guns, and I can't say that I would, even if I could, because I think, that'd be a last resort, and if you shot them in the wrong spot, that's shoot to kill, isn't it? So I think self-defense for anybody is paramount now, and if you don't know any self-defense, or if you have gotten a bit rusty, I do suggest you find a partner, a friend, a family member, and just hone your skills on that, because from what I saw on Reddit this morning, people are going mad, okay? They're just losing it for no reason, or they're just robbing people, just point blank, just robbing them. And the thing is, because we don't have guns in this country, we do stand a lot better chance that we're just not going to get shot in the head. You know, they might pull a knife on you, but there are ways to get around that too, and then put that knife on that perpetrator. So it is really important, guys. I don't think I'm exaggerating here. I just needed to give that warning because of what I saw this morning, and I really feel in my spirit to warn the people of the Most High that he doesn't want you to just turn the other cheek and get your head smashed in. Okay? You know, that is not right. And when he said turn the other cheek and all that, that was a different meaning. That was very, you know, go back and read it again. But what about your children? What if somebody is trying to take your car and your 3 babies are strapped in the back? Are you just going to let them take it? Or are you going to fight off the perpetrator? It's a real question, okay? And we are living in the most dangerous time that I've ever lived in. I've lived in Sydney. I lived in King's Cross. I can tell you what I am seeing just out on the normal streets is 10 times worse than Sydney ever was in the 70s and the 80s. All right? And it had a really bad reputation. Okay? So it's not just the drugs now. I believe it is the VC, and the more they turn up frequencies, people are going to react in their bodies. And if they don't get ill, they're going to get angry. Take your pick. Ill or angry, or both. They're ill and angry. And they don't see you as a person. They just see you as a thing that's in their way to getting what they want. Okay? So this is just a warning. I really would, especially women, ladies, even you guys, there's guys bigger than you. There's always someone bigger than you. Hone your self-defense skills. If you don't know any, take even, 3 or 4 classes. It will probably give you enough to be able to at least, have a jump over them, because this is getting serious, guys. It's getting really, really serious. And we're not stopping it. Not until the wicked are removed. And here's another thing. If we do look back on history, what happened with the flood? The Father removed the wicked. Yes, the Father removed the wicked. And I believe that is just, when it says the meek shall inherit the earth, we really need to do a really good in-depth look at what the word meek means. Because believe it or not, even though we're ballsy people, we're meek. Okay? Because we don't run around putting a gun to people's heads and forcing ourselves on life. So remember, the meek, and Jesus said that, the meek will inherit the earth until the time that there is a new heaven and a new earth. All right? So, and the meek already inherited the earth in the flood. So don't be dismayed. Father will put a stop to this. He will. He will. He is good, he is faithful. But he needs us to be good and faithful. Okay? He needs us to hold out till the very end. He said, run the race till the end and you will be given the crown of life. Those who endure to the end will be saved. We cannot curl up on the ground in the fetal position saying, oh, help me. All right, we need to gain strength each and every day. And the only way you will gain strength is to spend time with him, talk to him. But more so than talk to him, listen when he speaks. Okay? Because he will speak without you even talking to him. Once you're really in tune, you will hear his voice loud and clear. It won't be the small, still voice anymore. It'll be a loud, clear voice in your spirit, guiding you every step of the way. Take care. I will see you shortly with much love from Australia. This is Beck. I am out.